Hello. Welcome to our channel. My name is Sherry and this is Lauren.
Hello.
And today we're going to be talking about laundry. And even if you don't do foster care or adoption, this seems to be a topic that can be extremely overwhelming for families. And a number of years ago, when I had many children in my home, 12 to be exact, I felt like I needed to figure this out because we were doing anywhere from 17 to 21 loads of laundry a week, and it was just ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. My mismatched sock bin was heaping, and my it was just never ending. And so, with 12 kids in the house, um, it was something else. Anyway, so I went on a quest to try to figure out how to get control over it. And once I figured it out, I have not stopped doing that. Although at the current time, I have four older kids in the house, the youngest being 13. So I've kind of relaxed a little bit, but still many things are still implemented to this day. And I'll go over those with you. But I was trying to think of some questions, and um, so um, so the questions that I have for you is: do your kids unload their dresser on their bedroom floor? So it's
Yes.
like a change of
I'll say yes.
clothes. Do they change clothes multiple times in a day? Are the socks constantly getting lost? Do you feel like laundry is a multiplying beast? And those were, I was 100% in there. So, anyway, I don't know where I came up with this idea. I don't think I'm the one that thought of it because I normally don't come up with like really great ideas. But so I don't know who to give
Yes, you
credit
do, just to say.
but it really, really made an impact on our family. And we still, 10 years later, we're still doing the same thing, pretty much the same thing. Anyway, so I had 12 kids in the house. I had four olders. So when I say olders, they were 12, 13, and two 14-year olds. And then uh, I had eight kids under the age of 10. So with that being said, um, how I went through all of their clothes, and there were a few kids of mine that I had a couple girls that wore the same size. I had a couple boys that wore the same size. Um, and so what I did was I went through all of their clothing individually, and those that did not wear the same size, I only kept like five five bottoms, like maybe depending on your climate that you're living at. So this is what I did, and when I went through it, I think where you were in fall, getting ready to go into winter. So I kept like four jeans a piece, um, a couple shorts just in case. But as far as the bottoms, that's what each child had. Okay. So, and then those that had like wore the same size, instead of keeping out like, so if you had two kids that were the same size, then instead of having 10 pieces, I would do like seven. So, right there, for some reason in our culture, we think it's fine to have dressers stacked with clothes crammed in a closet. There's no reason why our kids need to have this many clothes. There's no reason. And so when you limit their clothing, your laundry is going to be cut into a quarter of what you're already doing. So another thing that I also did was I utilized my laundry room into my control center. So for my eight younger kids, in their rooms there was never a dresser. And Lauren, you've been in my house when I've had those kids,
Mhm.
and there was no dressers in their rooms. So what I did was I utilized our laundry room, and um, for every kid, and say, I had a couple that were the same size. So on a basket, I would have like Susie and Jill, this is their basket. And in that basket, it was anything that would not go on a hanger. So underwear, um, I wouldn't hang up jeans because they're just too bulky on a hanger. So shorts, jeans, maybe a pair of pajamas, maybe two, just do two pair of pajamas. That's the only thing that would go in those baskets. Everything else was hung up. And I bought those, in the stores where they separate them by sizes. They're the round ones that go on, the round hoop
Yeah.
display racks.
I think I know what you're
You
talking about.
can, you can get them from Amazon. And so I hung those on my dowel that I had in my laundry room, and I would have sizes on this. And then if there was a girl clothing and then a boy, or, I would just divide them. I would make it very organized on whose clothes are whose. But as you do laundry, you hang it up and you put it either in the size or, however you have it set up. So in the laundry room, just to recap, the only thing that goes in the basket are jeans, shorts, and underwear. Everything else is hung up in the laundry room. There's no reason why your kids need to be changing their clothes 3 and 4 times a day. And so then also what I had is a sock bin. I had a girl sock bin, and I had a boy sock bin, and then I had a bin that said match me, and those are for those infamous socks that only have one, one match, that's not matched to
The
anything.
lonely socks.
The lonely socks, yes. So and there were times where I would go out into the living room and I would say, okay, who wants to help me? And my kids knew that whoever helped, they would get some sort of a treat. So I had like 4 kids going, me, I'll help. So like all 4, I would just dump over this bin of match me socks, and they would go to work on matching these socks. But once they got done matching, there were still socks that didn't have a match. And I started looking at these unmatched socks, and I'm like, why am I keeping these socks? Like, they have not even been matched for a year or more. And socks are not that expensive. So then, and socks get holes. So what I tell my kids is when their socks get a hole in it, it goes in either. I will be honest. I don't sit there with a light bulb in the sock, and darn our socks, how they did back in the olden days. I wish I was like that, but I'm not. So if the socks get holes in them, they go in the trash. We don't even mess with it. And so anyway, so what I started doing, and I do not feel guilty about this at all. So about 3 to 5 times a year, I'll take that sock bin after everything is matched, and whatever's left, it's thrown away, and I go buy a couple more pairs of socks. And just that alone is so freeing. I'm telling you, I love it. So so throw away your mismatched socks. It's long gone. The washer ate it. You're not going to find its pair. So
I
just
learned that from you, and I started
really,
doing that. Oh yeah, oh yeah, because I
isn't
never
that
used to throw
freeing?
away. Yeah, yeah, because I was like, oh, I can't throw these away. It's against the law, you know.
Yeah.
And then when we talked about it, then I started doing that as well.
Good, Lauren.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, so and then as far as my older kids go, so my older kids were 12, 13, and I had 2 14s. So for them, I wouldn't limit their clothes because older kids. So as I was doing laundry, each one of those kids had their own basket, and it was so easy because as I was doing laundry and I would pull out something of theirs, I would just throw it into their basket. I would not fold their clothes. Okay, I put it in their basket and I tell them, okay, come get your baskets. They take their baskets to their room, they fold it, they put it away, they hang it up, whatever they're doing. They do have dressers in their room. But that's how I did with my older kids, and I wouldn't limit their clothes to just how you do your little ones. But anyway, it worked so easy for us. I mean, our laundry went down so much, and these kids were just so used to in the morning, like for school, I would lay out eight clothes like on the back of the couch. They knew like where to go to get their clothes, and I would say, here's your clothes, and go pick socks out of the sock bin because there was girl socks and boy socks, and it was easy. It was.
Very sorry. How many shirts did you say you had the little kids? You said 4 pairs of pants.
Oh,
How
yeah.
many
So
shirts?
so per
I'm
kid,
into numbers, so this is important to me.
yeah, I would do five.
5 shirts, okay.
Five, because chances are you're going to be doing laundry during the week, probably once or twice, or you know,
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. How often you did laundry?
we okay, so in our laundry room to this day, we still have the sock bin. Um, we do whites, darks, and jeans. So we have three baskets and they're labeled. And so when those get about three-quarters of the way full, we we do that bin. And so I would do like 5 shirts per child. And then if like two girls wear the same size, do maybe 7 or 8. You don't have to have 10. You don't have to have 5 for this one, 5 for this one, 5 for this.
Yeah.
When they're interchanging clothes, um, and it will eliminate right after you wash these clothes, they're folded, put in their dresser or whatever. Then these kids, because they're not the one doing all this work, they don't understand like
Right.
everything else you have on your list. So um if you become like, this was so huge in my head because this is the one area that I felt I had everything else down and I felt like I had it organized, but when it came to laundry, this was a whole nother monster that I had to get a hold of because, you know, no
Oh,
one
yeah.
live out of a laundry basket. I have problems with wrinkles in kids' clothes. Like I'm really, really bad. And so
So you hung up the rest of the things?
I hung up everything that could be hung up.
Okay.
Yep,
Gotcha.
and I put it on the dowel in the size that where it went. And so when it came to picking kids' clothes out, I would just, okay, this kid, here's shirts, here pants, and I would go put that up when they take a shower, or at that time we just had a bath for the little ones. They normally took their bath in the evening, so, I would get out their underwear and their pajamas that they would get into. And um, so, that's what I did. And it really changed our family for the better.
Yeah, I remember you talking to me about that years ago, and we actually have lost that, the art of the laundry. So I'm going to try this again and see, because we run into, it's like, where did all your clothes go? In fact, we have one daughter that she kept sneaking into the garage, and she's the youngest, so it's our 8-year-old. She kept sneaking in the garage. I'm like, what are you doing? You're not supposed to be in the garage. Ends up, she said, well, I'm hiding my clothes out here. And I'm like, no wonder I'm not finding your clothes. They're in the garage. That's because I'm like, where did your shirts go? We can't find any shirts or any underwear or anything. It's disappearing. We have clothes gremlins, just like the sock gremlins. And so I'm going to try this, and I will have to let you know how it goes, because I'm excited to try it again. As you're talking, I'm thinking about my Mount Rushmore in my laundry room, and we need to really work on that.
Yeah. And the first step, once again, is just um, scaling back. There's no
Yes.
reason why our kids have to have a closet full of clothing. It's, you know, why? It used to didn't, um, I just don't understand that logic. I used to be in that same thing, but then, you know, um, my daughter pulled out a shirt out of her closet, and it was like she wears like a 14, and this was like a 6X. I'm like, what? I mean, how
Right.
that gives you an idea of how long, like, clothes just
Sure.
stay there.
Yeah.
So it just helps to just get control over that. And this may not be everyone's cup of tea, but it was mine. Once I figured this out, it was a game changer.
Well, and you have to do things differently when you have a lot of children, and that's, I think, for you and I have both had that, and but it can work for somebody that even has one child. I think I really do. I've watched minimalist channels where they say the same thing, and they might even only have one child. So
Mhm.
um, I think it's a great uh, way to handle it, and I'm going to give it a shot and let you know how it goes.
All right, I'm excited.
So,
And if anyone else has any questions for me, please leave it in the messages below, and we will be sure to answer those. And don't forget to subscribe and like and share our videos. We really want to be a support to everybody, and we just thank you for viewing. We really appreciate it.
and thank you, Sherry, for sharing. We appreciate
Oh,
it.
you're
So I'm
welcome.
excited to see if anybody tries this. Let us know and let us know how it goes.
Absolutely. Okay,
Okay.
bye.
Bye bye. Thanks for watching.